How good are Arsenal? You must be an Arsenal fan. That'll be the reason you have clicked on this video. It is something that the world are at the moment trying to establish. How good are Arsenal as a football team, really? In today's video, I want to discuss this key question. This is in light of the media spinning their natural narrative that they do every season, that this season coming up, Arsenal have to win a trophy. If a team has to win a major trophy that only the best teams in the world win, then surely that means Arsenal are the best team in the world. At least they have to be the best team in England and the Premier League. Surely that has to be an accepted point of view. So that makes me ask, how good is this Arsenal team? To define that, in my opinion, quality of a football team has different metrics set against it. For football teams, you have teamwork, how good the team works together, individual quality of player, the defensive quality of the team and the unit, the attacking quality of the team and the unit, the manager, and the overall consistency of that team. Today we're going to be going through Arsenal's metrics in each field and determining where they can improve and where they are truly elite at. So firstly, teamwork. How do we quantify it? Well, for me, it's that running, that ability to work for each other, that pressing energy, and working as a whole unit. So the media have actually jumped to Arsenal's praise on this metric as of late. Arsenal's ability to get back, especially in numbers and a collective, to keep that rest defence and drop in to that two banks of four with the two sort of pressers, so to speak, and work for each other is probably one of the best assets of this Arsenal side. At the forefront of teamwork is that ability to win your duels, whether it be your first duel or your second duel, which we know Arteta has a lot of emphasis on. For Arsenal, the team is more than the sum of its parts. Because everyone works in the same direction, at the same intensity, the team is elevated to another level, whereas before, when we had the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette, we couldn't reach that level. Personally, I think teamwork is just an area that Arsenal really excel in. They've consistently bought players in the same sort of mould with the right mentality and similar personalities to ensure that they all work towards the same goal. So because of that, Arsenal are undefined by their work hard attitude, and there is only one team in England that I think can equal them for that metric, and that is Newcastle. So for this, we are truly elite. Individual quality is a quality that makes results that should be going against you turn in your favour. It's that split-second bit of superstar ability displayed from a player on a consistent basis that will define you against sort of the lower echelon of teams. Example of this will be with Liverpool. They have Alisson, Virgil and Mo Salah, who you can put an argument for them being the best in the world in their position. They are players who take the game on by a knife edge and turn it in their favour. Virgil van Dijk either stepping in. Salah scoring those goals on such an elite level for so long shows his ability to be a major player and a major influence within football. In my opinion, purely my opinion, this is the area that Arsenal should and can improve most in with sort of the easiest degree. For example, if they spend money on a world beater, you bring in a player of that ability, then you've instantly improved in this metric. Stars in this mould, we have Gabriel, Saka and Rice. Rice showed it at the Bernabeu, killing them with individual brilliance from those free kicks to progress us through, and he was also man of the match in both legs. Gabriel, without a doubt, can decide a game in both boxes. I personally feel he has probably been better, bar the injury, than Virgil van Dijk this last season. Now, the final one is Saka. Now, I don't want you to shoot me here, because without a doubt, Saka is a world-class player, and he's unbelievable. But is he the best player in his position? Now, I can make a case that Rafinha for Barcelona is better, and you can also make a case that Salah is. So by default, does that mean he isn't? But we all know he's good. I don't want to get rid of him. I don't want to replace him, anything like that. We all know he's world-class, and he will get better. But as of right now, is he as inevitable as Mohamed Salah? No, he's not. And you have to be honest about that. So is that what's changing Arsenal's landscape? You can win major trophies with Saka, don't get me wrong. But do we need another name because he's not yet at that Salah ability to get us over the line, e.g. a Rodrigo? Or is it just a team balance thing? Do we not have enough threat on that left-hand side so Saka gets doubled up on? So even though he is that player who can be that ability, has he just not got the protection that, say, Mo Salah is, where the whole system is based around elevating Mo Salah's game? These are two debates that you can have, but either way, I think the overall analysis of individual quality for Arsenal is that we don't have enough of it throughout the squad, meaning that is what hinders us when it comes to major games. Now, I think there are players obviously that can affect it: Rice, Gabriel, Saka, eventually probably Saliba, but we need an improvement in that area right this second. So at the moment, in terms of the grading of the team, I'd say we're very good, not elite at this area. Now, defensive quality, this is a pretty done and shut case. For the last 2 years, we have had the best defence in the league. We probably are the best defensive team when defending in the world. The partners we have, the units we have, whether it be Gabriel Saliba, whether it be Ben White, Saka, Ødegaard working together on that right hand side to defend at times, whether it be Rice in midfield or Partey, I think we are superb in this area. You look at our ability players defensively, our best players being Gabriel, Saliba, White and Timber in a defensive sense. Timber being probably the best 1v1 defender in that metric. And then you've got to look at the other players. Tomiyasu, I think, can also add to that list when he's fully fit. Obviously, that doesn't happen much. Then you have other players and profiles being Skelly, Calafiori, Kivior, who probably aren't at that level defensively, but they have their own great qualities within the defensive unit, which obviously improve the team as a whole. So I think we have got the best defensive unit in the world, and for me, that is why I believe we are the best defensive team in the world, and we are elite in this metric. Now, attacking quality does go hand in hand with individual quality, but also teamwork in terms of the pressing side of things. A lot has been made of Arsenal's inability to turn high area win-backs from pressing into counter-attacking goals and chances. That is an area that Arsenal do need to improve, but in the last 3 seasons, Mikel has beaten Arsenal's goal record in the Premier League, most goals in the season. And you look at any XG metric, we are always superb in terms of the overall dominance of play and expected goals against, etc. So it looks like we should be winning every game. And that's the system. The system's great. The way Arsenal play is dominant. The issue is we don't have that cutthroat attack quality, which, as what I said, goes into the individual quality realm. And we certainly need someone to provide that cutting edge going forwards. Sure, last season, injuries were definitely a contributing factor, and we should always strive to do better. For this, we are very good as an attacking quality team. We are not elite at this point in time. Now, I want to just go into overall consistency. How close are we to these major honours? We've come second for 3 seasons in a row, and if you look at our record against the Big Six, it's 2 or 3 years since we've even lost to one of them. And you look into just the base results. So season before last we came second and a quarter-final where we exited to Bayern Munich. Last season we came second and a semi-final where we exited to PSG, beating Real Madrid on the way to that semi-final comfortably, who were the previous European champions. So therefore, it is fair to say that in terms of overall consistency, we are improving, we are getting better. Yes, the points tallies were less last season than the season before, but you've got to factor in injuries and circumstance. When we are on it, when we're at our best, we are one of the most consistent, best teams in the world. And for an elite clubs, they need to be at the top of the game consistently. And I think, as seen with the amount of injuries we had, the fact we still managed to get in the top 4, come second in the Premier League, our consistency of being in and around it over the last few years has been elite. That doesn't mean we've got it over the line. We haven't. That's why this video is being made, let's be honest. But I do believe this is an area that Arsenal do excel in. Finally, the manager. I do have concerns, I can't lie, over his cautiousness in certain aspects of the game. When we go down to 10 men, we seem to sit back and be a bit too reserved. But he has built the club from the ground up. He has adapted every season. You look at every single season, we changed style slightly based on the previous season. And he is learning clearly from the experience. He's outfoxed some of the biggest names, some of the biggest managers. We beat City 5-1, for example. I personally see him as the right man to bring us forward. Ex-Arsenal captain, well, not legend at the club, but very influential figure. Tactically, when you look at it, he's one of the best managers in the world on the basis that we basically, on the underlying numbers, we dominate most games and most contests. And he hasn't got it over the line, but I'm sure he will. Personally, I think he's very good because of the metric that he hasn't got it over the line. Once he gets over the line, he'll be elite. Now, the one thing I will caveat this with is when you look at Arteta, I would rather win, say, 1 or 2 major trophies in the next 4 years under Arteta than, say, get a Conte in, win 1 next season, but be worse off long term, especially because of the length of time he's been, the actual project. I want him to see it through, and there is that sentimental value and sort of underlying passion and love for the club, for Arteta, for this team, that I want to see this project go all the way to its fruition. In short, in certain areas, Arsenal are very good and can improve to become an elite club in that metric, but overall, on the face of it, Arsenal are undoubtedly an elite footballing institution. They play in the best league in the world, one of the best teams in that league, and they are on the precipice of winning major honours. My feeling is that the trophy, that major trophy, is just round the corner, and when they get there, it will justify what you as an Arsenal fan, think about our football club. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, a little bit different. If you have, please be sure to like and subscribe for more from me, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.